Hello students, hope you all are doing great at your place. This side Chavi, and in today's video I'm gonna start with a new topic, that is equality, from the book Political Theory. This is part 1 of this chapter, but before I start with the explanation, I request you all do like, share and subscribe this channel, and even write your name, class, section in the comment box. So let's begin. Today's topics include what is equality, why does equality matter, equality of opportunities, natural and social inequalities, the three dimensions of equality, feminism, and patriarchy. Firstly, we will start with what is equality. About equality, we had already learned while doing the chapter Constitution. In that, we had learned that according to Article 14 to 18, the Constitution has declared that all citizens are equal before law. Equality means that the treatment we receive and the opportunities we enjoy must not be predetermined by birth or social structure. It implies equality of opportunities. It means all people are entitled to same rights and opportunities to develop their skills and talents. This chapter begins with the question that why does equality matters? Is equality important? This question you need to ask from yourself. But equality is a powerful moral and political ideal that has inspired and guided human society for many centuries. As a political ideal, the concept of equality invokes the idea that all human beings have an equal worth, equal consideration, and respect because of their common humanity. People laid lot of struggle for acquiring or for getting this equality. Equality had inspired the revolutionaries to revolt against the landed feudal aristocracy and the monarch as in French Revolution. The French revolutionaries used the slogan liberty, equality and fraternity to revolt against the landed feudal aristocracy and the monarchy. The demand for equality was also raised during anti-colonial liberation struggles in Asia and Africa during the 20th century. With these examples, you can easily understand the importance of equality in our life, why this principle is considered to be very important. As we all know, it is inequality rather than equality which is most visible around us in the world, as well as within our own society. In our country, we can see several examples of inequalities in our day to day life. For example, slums existing side by side with luxury housing actually shows inequality in the terms of income. It shows the poverty situation of our country. The another example is the education difference. There are lot many schools in our country, including the private schools and the government schools. There are schools with world-class facilities and air-conditioned classrooms, while there are schools which having tents and old buildings which may lack even drinking water facilities or toilets. It shows that education is not provided in the same manner to all. The next example is of the food. As you can see in the picture, some people waste food while others are dying of starvation. These all inequalities are a glaring examples between what the law promises and what we see around us. Now this table is given on page number 34 of your book. In this, there are some findings from the Census of India held in 2001 about household amenities and assets. It actually helps us to understand the difference in the condition of rural families with the urban families. Like as you can see, the condition of rural families is bad in every sphere. Only 44% of the rural families have electricity connection, while 10% have tap water in the house. What it implies, beta? It implies that either they are so poor that they cannot afford electricity and tap water, or the government is unable to provide these facilities in all villages or rural areas. Even as you can see, a few rural families have bathroom, television, scooter, car, jeep, etc. This shows that they are poor and cannot afford such thing. This is somewhere shows the inequality which actually a part of our society. Now there are two type of inequalities, natural and social. Natural inequality are considered to be the result of the different characteristics and abilities with which people are born. On the other hand, social inequalities are those created by society. Because of such inequalities, it denies the people's access to basic needs such as education, healthcare, safe housing, and because of this, it makes a society unjust and unequal. Apart from natural and social inequalities, there are another inequalities that have existed for a long time and which cannot be changed easily, sometimes becomes acceptable and known as acceptable inequalities. For example, condition of women being a weaker sex is considered to be acceptable inequality now in our society. So these kind of inequalities should be treated in a proper manner and should not be a part of a healthy society. Now we will learn about the three main dimensions of equality, which includes political equality, social equality, and economic equality. Political equality is best guaranteed in a democracy in which each citizen is to count for one. People enjoy certain rights such as right to vote, freedom of expression, right to be elected, right to criticize the government, and right to join any political party. In India, political equality has been guaranteed by granting political rights such as right to vote and right to be elected and others' right. Social equality means that all citizens are equally eligible to enjoy various opportunities in society. It also implies absence of privileges. Even after having lot of diversity, there should be equal opportunities to be provided to each and every one who's a part of the society. We need to keep this thing in mind that the Constitution of India accepted equality as a goal in its preamble. The third one is economic equality. In simple terms, it implies equality in the realm of economic power. Beta, in this, there should be no concentration of economic power in the hands of a few people, but it is equally distribution of national wealth among all the people of the society. No section of the people becomes so rich so as to misuse its economic power. There should be no significant differences in wealth, property, or income between individuals or classes. However, it may be mentioned that absolute economic equality is not possible. What is possible is only to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor. Our last topic for today is feminism and patriarchy. Beta, patriarchal society is that kind of society in which more power is given or more value is given to the men in comparison to women. Patriarchy is a pattern of society or a system of social administration in which the father or senior male enjoys being the head of the family and women are expected to be obedient and submissive at all times. While on the other hand, feminism is a belief that men and women should have equal rights and opportunities. Because of the patriarchal nature of the society, there's a lot of problem seen in the country, in the society because of gender discrimination. Feminists are those men and women who believe that many of the inequalities we see in a society between men and women are neither natural nor necessary and can be altered so that both women and man can lead free and equal lives. I hope you have understood whatever we had done today. In the end, this is your home task. Please do these questions in your register and try to write the answer in points. For any query, you can ask me in the online class. Otherwise, you can write it over here in the comment section. Thank you everyone for watching this video. For better understanding, read the chapter at home at least twice. Thank you. Have a nice day.